Sorry, why I can't share my screen?
Okay, I'll share that for you. Okay, so when your turn comes, I'll just share that for you. I think the session is live already, so we're going to start. I have them, so I'll share them for you. Don't worry. And we're going to start. Yeah,
you can help me to share it, right?
I will show your slides when you are next. Is that okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Because the session has started already, so we need to start. So hello, and everyone is welcome to session 8.2 on social welfare. What I'm going to do, we have 5 presenters today. The main stage is blank. What do you mean? We're going to start with the first, we have 6 sessions today. So we're going to start with the first one. Xinyu Huang, if you want to share your slides again, please. What I'm going to do is just keep a record time, and I'm going to do is send you a little message in the presenter chat when your time is up. So that's just for presenters to be aware of. So whenever you want to start. Xinyu, you're first. Are you sharing your slides? And I can share them. Did we lose Xinyu?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, my earphone has some problem, so my sound may be low. Shall I start now?
Yeah, if you want to share your slides, or I can share them for you.
Okay, I will share my screen.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Could you see my screen now?
In a second, they will, yeah. There you go.
Okay, I will start. Oh, sorry. Hello everyone, my name is Xinyu Huang from the Public Health Lanzhou University. What I'm going to share with you today is a systematic review about sexuality education. The WHO published a report about adolescent pregnancy in 2022. In 2019, adolescents aged 15 to 19 years in low and middle income countries had an estimated 21 million pregnancies each year, of which approximately 50% were unintended, and 21 million pregnancies occurred in 2016 among adolescent women aged 15 to 19 years in developing regions. In order to protect the sexual health of adolescents, we have to improve adolescents' sexual knowledge and sexual behaviors through sexuality education. But does sexuality education works at all? I'm sorry, can you see my screen now?
We can see it. Your slides are not moving, but we can see it.
Oh, you can see it. Okay.
We can. Just nothing has moved, but we can see it.
It's not move? Sorry.
It's not moving.
Sorry, I will share it again. Can I see it now?
You can see them again.
Can you see it moving?
No, not yet. Do you want me to try sharing them for you? Can you see it now? Yeah.
Can you see it moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I start again now? Sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Sorry. Hello everyone, my name is Xinyu Huang from the Public Health Lanzhou University. What I'm going to share with you today is a systematic review about sexuality education. The WHO published a report about adolescents' pregnancy in 2022. According to the report, in 2019, adolescents aged 15 to 19 years in low and middle income countries had 21 million pregnancies each year. And 21 million pregnancies occurred in 2016 among adolescent women aged 15 to 19 years in developing regions. To protect the sexual health of adolescents, we should improve their sexual knowledge and avoid risky sexual behaviors through sexuality education. But does sexuality education work at all? We included 28 studies and used the random effects model to analyze it. We can say the sexuality education is effective on sexual knowledge. The effect size is 0.7551. And the peer-led sexuality education is most effective. The internet-based sexuality education has not only effective on sexual knowledge, but also has negative effects. Sexuality education works best in schools. And we can say sexuality education is effective on contraception. It is not effective on sexual experience. And it's not effective on reducing sexual partners too. In conclusion, sexuality education is effective in improving adolescent sexual knowledge, especially peer-led education, and sexuality education works best in schools. The limitation of our study is there is no quality evaluation, and which will be added later. Thank you for listening, and you can contact me if you have any questions. That's all.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes of questions. If you want to add any questions to the live Q&A, you can do that. If not, thank you very much, Xinyu. I have one question myself. Did you have any challenges around the methodology for the systematic review? Did you experience any challenges around the method?
Sorry, I can't. Sorry, can you slowly speak it?
With your systematic review, did you have any problems when you were doing it with the data or with the analysis? Any challenges with the method you used?
Yes. The statistics and the management is difficult to me because I'm a first-year graduate student. I have no experience, so my students helps me a lot.
And were there any difficulties retrieving data, getting your articles or anything like that?
Sorry, can you slowly repeat it?
Yeah. When you were doing the systematic review, did you have any problems with the data or getting the articles for your systematic review?
Yes. When I can't access some articles, and I think I can try to yes, I can try to associate the authors of articles later and implement my data.
Great. That's great, Xinyu. Thank you so much for your presentation. And I'm very happy that it is very useful in schools, because then it seems like the right place to start creating policy and improving practice as well. So it's great news that now we know that. So thanks very much, Xinyu. So I am, if there are no more questions in the Q&A, I would ask person number 2, Rui, please, if you want to share your slides with us. Rui, are you okay to share your slides, or do you want me to share them? It's presentation number 2. Yeah, great to see you. Are you happy to share them? Yeah, you're here. I'll share them. So presenter number 2 is Rui Wang, and I will share her slides here.
Could you see my screen?
We can, yes.
Okay. Hello, our expert and colleagues. I'm Wang Rui. Sorry, my PPT is. I can share it again. Sorry, my PPT is not moving.
Okay. Do you want to stop sharing and I will try to share yours? So, if you click it as a presentation slide, just the whole screen.
My screen is not moving.
Okay, stop sharing and I will try to share it from my computer and then we'll see if it works that way. Is that okay?
Okay.
Can everyone see it now?
Could you see my screen?
You're sharing it yourself. Let me see.
I'm sorry.
Do you want me to share it? She's gone completely. Oh, there you are. Do you want me to share it for you? Let's see. There you go.
Could you see my screen?
Yeah, we can. Now it moves. It's fine.
I can try again. Could you see?
Yeah, we can see it. Yes.
Sorry, the PPT is not moving.
I will try to share it myself. Is that okay? Stop sharing yours and I'll try to share it from my screen.
Okay. Could you see my screen?
No, we can't. Not at the moment. I'm trying to share it for you. Are you sharing your screen again? Let me see.
Wait a moment. Could you see my screen?
Okay, I have it here. Can you see it now? Yes, can you see it? Yes. Can you see it from mine? We need to start. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Hello, our expert and colleagues. I'm Muyang Li, coming from School of Public Health, Lanzhou University. The theme I share today is the influence of social work intervention on rehabilitation of schizophrenic child, a systematic review and meta-analysis. Here, I will introduce my research from the following aspects. First, the background. Schizophrenia is a heritable brain illness with unknown pathogenic mechanisms. It has a lifetime risk of around 1% and is associated with substantial morbidity and mortality as well as personal and societal cost. Schizophrenia is the second most common childhood mental illness, with high recurrence rate and poor prognosis. Social work is a type of psychosocial intervention. At present, the concept of social work for disabled is a professional activity that uses the principles and methods of social work to serve the disabled, restore and develop their potential, and enable them to participate in social life and on an equal basis and share the fruits of social development. Secondly, is a method SyncAI, PubMed, and Web Access databases was searched for from 1st January 2012 to 29 September 2022. No restriction or language or included studies selected manually and coded by two independent reviewers, and any disagreement would consulted by a third reviewer. Next is main results. Firstly, we found included studies and detail in Figure 1. Secondly, and shown in Figure 2, the most used scale for outcome measure is positive and negative symptom scales, PANSS, account for 26.32%. Others include inventory of subjective quality of life, ISLQ, nurses' observation scale for inpatient evaluation, NOSIE, brief psychiatric writing scale, BPRS, family adaptability and coherent evaluation scale, FACS, treatment emergent symptom scale, TSS, and self-made questionnaire. Thirdly, most studies used a controlled study, accounting for 45.45%, followed by interview. The specific situation is shown in Figure 3. At last, among the included studies, there are 3 studies reported the use of PANSS to measure the effect of medication intervention and medication plus psychosocial intervention on the rehabilitation of children with schizophrenia. The results showed that The total infective rate of medication plus psychosocial intervention group was better than that of medication intervention group, and the difference was statistically significant. The forest plot of meta-analysis is shown in Figure 4. Inclusion social work may have some positive effects on the rehabilitation of schizophrenic children. The study was powered by the Science and Technology Program at Gansu Province. This is the end of my sharing. If you have any question, you can email me. Thank you again. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Wang. If anybody has questions, you can post them in the live Q&A at the moment. I just had one question, if that's okay. Because your findings are so significant in terms of the role of social work, do you have any dissemination plans? Where do you plan to share your findings so that more people in social work know that this is a very important piece of work?
Could you repeat it?
Yeah, do you have any dissemination plans for people in social work to know about your study? Where do you want to share it? How are you going to share your findings?
Because I'm paying more attention to children with mental illness, so I want to find a method to help them. So I want to search the articles to conclude that social work as a professional method and principle, whether or no it is effective.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rui Wang. So our next presenter is Kei Guo. Do you want to try to share your slides, please? Are you sharing your slides at the moment? We're almost there. We're in presenter number 4 at the moment because presenter 3 is not here. Okay, cool. Were you okay to share your slides? We can't hear you. Make sure your microphone is on.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Perfect.
Hello, everyone. I'm Guoke from the Center for Evidence-Based Social Science, School of Public Health, Lanzhou University. My research title is The Effectiveness of the Interventions to Reduce Domestic Violence, a System Review and Evidence Gap Map. Domestic violence is widespread in the world. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence reports that every minute, on average, nearly 20 people in the United States are physically abused by an intimate partner. In 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men. The United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women says that domestic violence was already one of the greatest human rights violations. Some 247 million women and girls have been subjected to sexual or physical violence by an intimate partner in the last 12 months, said by Executive Director Famzio Lambo Njikuka on 2020 April 6. There are many preventive measures be taken to prevent the occurrence and the worsening of domestic violence due to its harmfulness and highly cost. More and more researchers and advocates have begun to pay attention to prevention of domestic violence. However, while research has shown many different interventions to preventing domestic violence, there is less consistency in the findings about them on reducing its happening and reabuse. Based on this, our research mainly aims to understand the 3 questions. What are the interventions to reduce domestic violence? How effective are the different interventions in reducing domestic violence? What are the existing evidence of effectiveness studies and gap maps in reducing domestic violence? The following designs will be included. The first, randomized implemental design. Second, quest implemental design. The next is studies that include data using qualitative methods and mixed. Finally, instrumental variables controlled before-after studies and interrupted time series. In-level studies will include statistical analysis of effective size, qualitative and narrative reviews will also be included. This intervention aims at family members and cohabitants, including women and children. It also includes for former sponsors, former cohabitators, former current daters. The intervention indicators were divided into 4 parts. The first, victims' interventions include enablement, empowerment, and rights, induction, support networks screening. The second is the intervention of the perpetrator, include education limitations on alcohol. The next is public intervention, includes education, official and police involvement and change social norms. Finally is systematic intervention, includes police and legislation, monitoring and detection and intersectional coordination. include studies must have outcome measures that are clearly related to interventions to reduce domestic violence against women. The outcome indicators were divided into personal, family, and social levels. The first is the personal level consists of knowledge and awareness, social skills, mental health, reducing exposure to risk and prevalence. And the family level includes quality of family relationships and mental health. And the social level includes social cognition and neighborhood perceptions and progress in women's right awareness. Unfortunately, my research is currently in the full text screen stage, so I can't show you my results at the moment. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me or contact me by email. You can see my email on the PPT.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, if anybody has questions, can you please write them in the live Q&A? I know there's an attendee with their hand up, so if you have any questions, just write them in the live Q&A and then we can read them from there. That's okay. How many how many articles do you have at the moment? How many are you screening?
Ten people.
24. Okay, that's good. There is a question here in the chat. Why did you choose domestic violence?
Because I think domestic violence is a social problem, and we should prevent the occurrence of the domestic violence. I want to find out effective measures to prevent domestic violence through this article.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks too.
Okay, so if there are no more questions in the live Q&A, we're going to move to presentation number 5. I'll come back to there's one question that we'll come back to later. So Muyang Li, if you want to share your slides yourself.
Oh yes, I tried.
Do you want me to share them?
Yes, I can share it. I don't know why, but I can. Please help me to share it. Thank you.
You just let me know when you need me to move to the next slide. Is that okay? So I'm going to put the time on.
Thank you.
And let me share this. Okay.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to deliver the presentation. My name is Muyang Li from Lanzhou University, and I'm major in Master of Medicine. The topic I want to share you is the research situation and development tendency of mindfulness therapy. It's a bibliometric and visualized analysis. Okay, next one. Oh, thank you. Let me start from the methodological approach. We searched the Web of Science core collection on May 12, and the search terms we used were mindfulness, dialectical behavioral therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, and eye movement desensitization. Then we used the VOS view and sight space to analyze these literatures. Okay, let's start. There were our findings. Please. Okay, there were our findings. In the left, there were a hotspot clustering map, and we can find that during these years, mindfulness therapy has been mainly applied to anxiety, depression, chronic pain, stress reduction, emotion regulation, and improve the life quality of cancer. And in the right, there were an annual heart rate map, which shows that in the recent hot topics focused on mindfulness therapy in physiological flexibility and life in adults or children. And next, this one is annual heart. This one is a journal due map overlay, and on the left there were citing journals, and on the right there were cited journals. The lines means information flows from right to left, and there were 3 citation passes mainly on the map, 1 green and 2 blue, which means which also indicated that next hotspot of research in mindfulness therapy will be in medicine, medical, clinical, psychology, education, and health. Okay, next one. So based on our findings, we discovered that mindfulness therapy begins to tend to be applied to improve mental quality, to prevent or treat mental illness. This may be the development tendency. And this study integrated bibliometric information on the current status, application field, and development tendency of mindfulness therapy from a macroscopic perspective, which may provide valuable insights for scanners focused on the utilization of mindfulness therapy. But this study also has some limitations, like the search for this study is not comprehensive, which only search the Web of Science, and an updated and more comprehensive searching and analysis is needed. Okay, next one. Thank you. Okay, thank you for your listening. If you want, you can contact me through the following email address or my ResearchGate account. Now I am happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Muyang. Let me see if there are any questions in the chat. Okay. So just why was just Web of Science searched, Muyang? What was the decision behind that?
Do you mean why I choose mindfulness therapy? Because actually it's my teacher's topic. He let me to do it, and I found it is interesting because mindfulness therapy using many aspects like treat insomnia or some diseases. Some diseases that use the medicine is not very good, but by mindfulness therapy, we can have a good therapy. experience.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Muyang. We are going to move to our last presenter, Yunze Han. Probably saying all your names wrong. I'm very sorry about that. So do you want to share your slides?
Okay, can the presenter please tell me if the sound on my screen is appropriate and if I can start?
I can see your screen, yes, and if you can start whenever you're ready. Thank you. You can start, Yunze, if you want to.
Okay. Hello to all the teachers and students attending the conference. I'm Han Yunze from the School of Public Health, Lanzhou University. It is really my honor to have this opportunity for a presentation. I hope I can make a good performance today. The title of my report is Research on Prevention and Control Methods of Extreme Violence in Primary and Secondary Schools, a systematic review. My presentation is based on 4 aspects: background, methodology, results, and conclusion. Background. On May 24, 2022, a serious mass shooting occurred at Robin Elementary School in USA. The death toll from incidents that has to 21. On the 3rd of August 2022, a kindergarten murder in Anfu County, China, resulted in a serious tragedy in which 3 people were killed and 6 injured. Occurring most recently was a vicious shooting case in Thailand that has left 38 people dead. In recent years, the incidence of extreme violence in school has been on the rise, causing great harm, and corresponding preventive interventions have been introduced, but the effectiveness of implementation still needs to be discussed and verified. Next is the methodology section. First, the search database is Web of Science and China National Knowledge Infrastructure. There are 3 search groups first in showing the PPT. Our inclusion criteria were patients, students, and adolescents in primary and secondary schools. Intervention, description of any type of primary or secondary prevention strategy. Outcomes are indicators of violence and crime method in schools, such as crime rates, injury rates. Study design, evaluation of intervention using different research design. As you can see, this is a flow chart for research. The 3rd section is the results. After completing the literature screen based on the inclusion and exclusion criteria, data extraction was performed. Extraction information, including other year, country, target population, sample size, intervention name, and specific methods of the interventions. This is the extraction table. We can see that interventions include school environment interventions, students and family offices, neighborhood shopping intervention, and news coverage influence. The interventions led to different outcomes. 2 interventions reduced the crime rates. 1 interventions increased students' sense of security, and 2 interventions described only the interventions would have a positive impact, but not specific outcomes. Finally, the conclusion section.
interventions, such as environmental interventions, has a positive impact on the prevention of extreme violence in schools. The study was supported by the Fundamental Research Funds for the Lanzhou University. This concludes my report. Thank you for listening, and I invite your criticism.
Thank you very much, Yunze. If anyone has questions, I can see again a hand in the attendees. If you just write your question in the live Q&A, then I can read it out for the presenter, and then they can answer your questions. Yunze et al., were you surprised with this results? Did something surprise you?
Okay, with the high incidence of violence in schools, I think we can more interventions and preventing violence in schools and reducing the incidence of violence in schools.
Yeah, it is very to see how the levels of violence and how only 40% of interventions are actually being aimed at reducing that level of violence within schools. But your findings, of course, are going to help us understand how we can reduce those levels of violence even more. So thank you very much, Yunze, for your findings. If we can go back to Kay, Whoa, where are you? There was one question left behind here in the chat for you. So Karen wanted to know if you are looking at interventions around the world, if you have international data in your review. The question is, are you looking at interventions around the world or only one context?
Sorry, can you pardon?
There is one question asking, are you looking at interventions around the world? Is it an international systematic review what you're doing, or are you looking at one context only?
Oh, yes. We can, sorry.
Is your systematic review international?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a question from Karen.
Sorry, I should. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
My intervention is divided into 4 parts, include victim and perpetrator and public and system. So our interventions including this. And we we get a conclusion in the reference. You can see that. It's my reference.
So you have many countries included?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. That's great. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we have 4 minutes left. If there are any more questions, you can live Q&A. I just had one question in terms of coming back to the topic of social welfare. If anybody wants to share how their topic is important for social welfare. What is the impact that you want to have, or what do you want to see happen maybe in policy or in practice? Why did you choose this topic that it's relevant for social welfare for children and families maybe? Or even just on a personal level, what is the impact that you want to create with your data? What do you think you can do with this information that you now have? How is that important for the world, for anyone working in social welfare?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can I answer this question?
Just how you, okay, go ahead.
I think my topic is about sexuality education. I think my study can help policymakers decide if they decide how to choose the correct way to do sexuality education and make the effects best.
Great. Yeah, it can certainly help inform policy in your area. That's very important work. So thank you very much for doing that. Anybody else wants to add something? We have 1 minute and a half left. So it has to be a short thought, but that's okay. If not, I just want to thank everyone who came along to the session. Thank you very much for your patience. And thanks for all the other people that had questions as well. It helped a lot. And thank you to all the 5 presenters. Your work is very important and it's very valuable what you're doing to inform policy and practice in the area of social welfare. Definitely children and families will benefit from your work. So keep going, keep up the work. It's great so far. And thank you very much for attending this session and for being very helpful and having your slides on time. It was wonderful to meet you. And I just wish you the very best. So I'm just going to let the session end. And thank you all very much for coming along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.